Hey stars! In this video, I'm going to be reacting to why 100% speedrunning cookie clicker is almost impossible. And the video is by Easy Speezy. So if you watch this video all the way to the end and enjoy it, then you should subscribe, turn on post notifications, and like this video. So yeah, let's just get right into the reaction. Go.
Cookie Clicker has 639 achievements, ranging from ones where you bake a lot of cookies, ones
Yes.
where you have to get really lucky, and an achievement where you need to play the game for 365 days. So that means the theoretical best time you could get in a Cookie Clicker 100% speedrun is 8,760 hours, but is it even possible to get the remaining 638 achievements within a single year? Today, that's what we're looking at. So to begin the video, we should talk about baking cookies.
Yes.
There are 48 achievements you get from baking some amount of
Interesting.
cookies per second,
I remember
up
playing
to
cookie clicker. I got to like a trillion
106
cookies.
and 48 achievements you get from baking some amount of cookies in a single ascension, going up to 1 trevingantillion. And to help with getting these, there are 20 different buildings we can buy and upgrade, which all
Nice.
bake cookies. The cursor has 17 achievements, grandma has 23, and then the remaining 18 buildings all have 19 achievements respectively. Grandma
Awesome.
has a little more, by the way, because of achievements like Just Wrong, where you sell a grandma, along with various achievements for owning different types of grandmas. But the rest of the building achievements come down to owning 700 of each of them and making a ton of cookies from them, like the 20th building U, which needs 1 quattro or decillion cookies. These numbers are so hard to say. Then there's various other achievements involved with our buildings, like owning 10,000 of them and purchasing tons of upgrades for them. There are 35 of these types of achievements, making our total achievement count just from buildings 417. Obviously, that alone takes a ton of time to get, but one thing to help with this that the speedrunner Whitestone Jazz did was make a program that always tells you the most optimal building to buy at any point, so that can help a lot and will be in the description. Even with the program though, these are the biggest grinding achievements in the speedrun, and they're just going to take a really long time. And there's one more achievement for each of the buildings that I haven't even mentioned yet, and that's to upgrade each of them to level 10. Where the only way to do this is by using sugar lumps. Sugar lumps are a secondary in-game currency, which unlock after baking 1 billion cookies. Basically, how they work is you get one every 24 hours, and then you have to wait for them to mature before harvesting them. Then, depending on the time you get, you'll get anywhere from 0 to 7 lumps. And to upgrade every building to level 10, you would need a total of 1,100 sugar lumps, which, according to the wiki, would take around 677 days. So there goes beating the game in a year, right? Well, almost, if it wasn't for one lesser known strategy. See, when Whitestone Jazz decided to make the run, these are the rules he set out. They include obvious things like not cheating, using mods, changing the stock, or using an auto clicker, but one thing that is allowed is save scumming. Now how save scumming works is you want to copy your current save export and then paste it into a different document. Then you can click on the current sugar lump you have, then copy and paste your new save to the other document before reloading the original one, and repeating this process over and over again. Now, every time you do this, you're starting a new sugar lump at a different time, which means they're all going to mature into something different. That means you can essentially run hundreds of games together, each with a sugar lump that started growing at a different time, so you have a better chance that one of those sugar lumps turns out to be good. If you do this a couple hundred times, you'll almost be guaranteed to get a caramelized sugar lump, and if you do it 1,000 times, you have about a 50-50 chance to get a golden sugar lump, which of course is another achievement. So yeah, that does need to happen eventually. Then the next day, once your sugar lump has finally matured, you can keep checking different saves until you finally find a caramelized or golden sugar lump.
It seems very
After
tedious.
that, you can just save scum to get the maximum amount of sugar lumps from the one you're harvesting, since that's also a range, and that's basically the strategy. And besides the golden lump achievement, there are 7 more sugar lump achievements that include getting all the different kinds and harvesting 365 of them. Now with these golden lumps, we can upgrade our buildings, and the ones to focus on for some extra achievements are the Wizard Tower, Garden, and Stock Market. With the Wizard Tower, you need to cast 999 spells over the course of the run, and spells basically give you a good or bad effect, and your ability to use them recharges with time. But then the other two are a bit more active. For the garden, we need to harvest 1,000 plants, fill up every tile on the biggest garden, sacrifice our garden to the sugar hornets, and unlock every garden seed. And the most time-intensive one is unlocking every seed. For this, you basically want to crossbreed certain plants to make a new one. Like how two baker's wheat together can make a thumb corn, a baker's wheat and a thumb corn together can make a crown of rice, and so on from there. Then for the stock market, there's achievements for owning a bunch of stocks and making a bunch of money from them. So it's just like real life where you want to buy stocks low and sell them high.
Yeah.
Both of these mini games have guides on the wiki, so I recommend checking it out. Now next
Cool.
up, we have the golden cookie. This is a cookie that will pop up on the screen every once in a while and gives a temporary upgrade. There's 8 different golden cookie achievements, 6 of those from clicking up to 7,777
golden cookies.
and the other 2 which come from clicking a golden cookie less than
1 second after it spawns.
and 1 second before it dies.
Or before
then
it
we have
dies.
11 miscellaneous achievements, like giving your bakery a name or clicking the news 50 times, and most of these aren't too hard to get. Probably the hardest one to get here is Never Click, where you have to make 1 million cookies while clicking your cookie less than 15 times, and you can get that after an Ascension. And speaking of Ascension, this is a feature of the game where you get rid of all your buildings, upgrades, and cookies, and in return get heavenly chips and a prestige level. Heavenly chips let you buy heavenly upgrades, which are permanent upgrades that don't get removed from ascending, and they're all really good. And prestige levels give you a permanent plus 1% clicks per second. This is another part where the wiki comes in useful, by the way, since they have an Ascension guide, and it's the best way to go fast. Anyways, there's 22 different achievements that have to do with ascending, mostly about ascending with different amounts of cookies saved up, with the highest being 1 octodecillion. There's also one for training the dragon you can get from ascending, and you gotta love this little guy. Now it's finally time to talk about the Grand Apocalypse. This happens once you purchase the 1 mind upgrade, which makes the grandmas really angry, the background of the game gets weird, these guys called wrinklers will start appearing, and you can
I could never get to the wrinklers part.
Instead of golden ones. There's 9 different achievements from the Grand Apocalypse, 1 from triggering it, 1 from clicking a wrath cookie, 2 from appeasing the Grand Matriarchs at least 5 times with pledges, 1 from purchasing the Covenant, and 4 from poking and killing the wrinklers. So yeah, that's the horror part of Cookie Clicker. Anyways, next up is the season achievements. Cookie Clicker has special seasons for Halloween, Christmas, Valentine's Day, and Easter. You can use the Season Switcher upgrade from Ascending to get to these, and each of them has special requirements, with there being 14 seasonal achievements in total. Now there are 15 clicking achievements, where you have to get from 1,000 to 10 non-nillion cookies from clicking, and this gets easier as you get upgrades. Now for our second to last group of achievements, we have 23 milestone ones. Some of them are things we already talked about, like the garden and the stock market, but pretty much it just comes down to 100%ing every aspect of the game. There's also the hardcore achievement here, by the way, where you need to get 1 billion cookies baked with no upgrades purchased, so that's another thing to do during one of your ascensions. But finally, our very last section of achievements in Cookie Clicker are shadow achievements. These are described as either too unfair or difficult to attain, and they don't show up on your stats tab until you achieve them. And yeah, there's some ridiculous stuff in this section. Achievements like clicking 27,777 golden cookies,
that's a lot,
ascending 1,000 times, and getting just plain lucky, which is an achievement that you have a 1 in a million chance to get every second. Oh, there's also achievements for hacking cookies and using an add-on with the game, which if you remember is against the original rules, so either those don't count for the speedrun, or you can make them your very last achievements. Anyways, with all that said, there are 17 shadow achievements to get, and as long as you did this all within 365 days, you officially have an unbeatable world record. Now as for Whitestone Jazz, he decided to end off the speedrun around 90 days in, once he did all the hard stuff, and it was just grinding left, but he did come back later to finish it out, installing some add-ons to do all the grindy stuff. Definitely recommend checking out his series on this. It has a lot of strategies that I didn't explain in this video, and also shout out to GeoSage who made a great video on the longing speedrun, which finally inspired me to make this one, since I've been sitting on it for a while. Alright, subscribe if you enjoyed. Bye.
That was a good video. Well, thank you guys everyone for watching that video. I really hope that you enjoyed. That was a fun video to react to. If you enjoyed this video, then you should subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on post notifications, and like this video. Anyways, bye stars.